Hey everyone, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. I'm currently picking some cotton as we're building up a little bit of a stack of this, or not one stack, multiple stacks. Right in here, we can use that for string, wool, or just the seeds in order to get some seed oil. Not going to do a lot of bee stuff today, but I have something to show you. This tank right here has been upgraded to a steel tank and now holds a lot more oil, which probably isn't too interesting for you, but I constantly have to fill this thing up like 3 times an episode, and we really gotta get our power setup switched up quickly. To ensure that happens, I set up some trees right out here. I already showed this a little bit, but we're currently trying to get either the chestnut or the walnut. And if we get the right one, we eventually want to get the butternut sapling right here. And if it's going to show, I think it's the, walnut and hill cherry. And the butternut, at least the book says, is the most effective at producing seed oil. So that's exactly what we want to get, but it's probably going to take some time. So while we wait, we're going to accomplish a few objectives in the quest book, one of which is going to be polyethylene. We already set up the ethylene production. Now we just gotta put some poly inside it. No, I actually have no idea what I have to do for the polyethylene, but let's see if we can set that up right now. So we are going to need a compressor, a fluid canner, chemical reactor, another fluid canner, and some combustion generators, as well as some stuff out of this chest probably. That edit turned out a lot better than I was expecting, but now it's on to actually building this machine. And that will be a little bit more complicated. Oh, I had it in order. Oh, dang it, whatever. We can figure this out, maybe. So, first thing we need is a basic compressor. Maybe I can figure this out. I definitely need a fluid canner, maybe over here? Yeah, definitely will need that there. Chemical reactor next to it. Then another fluid canner below, and a compressor below that, maybe? Let's try to hook up some power and some pipes and see if that is actually correct. So I think in order to fit in all of the wiring, we need a combustion generator here that hooks up to both of the fluid canners as well as the compressor, and then another one that hooks up solely to the chemical reactor on this side. And now we can have an item pipe on the back that will carry back all of the empty cans that we are going to get. And we can directly output to the side from this one into the chemical reactor. That system is going to can the ethylene and put it into the chemical reactor. And this system down here is going to create compressed air cells, put them into fluid canner. That will auto output its fluids to the side. And then we'll get a conveyor belt to get back the empty cans into the compressor to keep on producing the compressed air cells. Now we just need to put a conveyor belt to the side of that, hit that with a screwdriver, get the liquid funneling in there, and get it to connect up. That should be working. Activate the item output, put in some cells in order to get that going. Oh no, it doesn't have power yet. Then we also need this to have the fluid output, and that down there to have a item output, and then just the fluid pipes running to the generators. So here we go, just a few more cables. I hope that's actually the fuel line. What does the tooltip say? It says that it actually is, and go. Please? That should be working, right? Yeah, there we go, that's going. I haven't put in the cells right here. That's slowly compressing. It's going to take a little while to get started. I also have a very small air production since this air production takes some time. But since the ethylene production also isn't too fast, I thought that would balance it out probably. Now I just need to put back the decoration, get a pipe on top of here to get this pumping out, and then we should be collecting some polyethylene. Oh man, I'm actually poisoned right now. I have no idea what happened. I just was standing around here, starting to walk up. That might be an effect of pollution? I'm really not too sure, but I never got poisoned before, so let's maybe, I don't know. Not exactly sure what happened. Let's see about our polyethylene. Still nothing. Oh, we don't have the circuit put in. Well, that explains a lot. Let me quickly get that. So let's see it work then. I think it actually takes around 50 seconds, so let's not watch it work, but see the results afterwards. While we wait, let's work on some other quests, especially this mixing stainless steel I want to work on. Just needs a lot of dust as well as the advanced mixer. We actually have a basic mixer. I'm going to try if that works, but it's probably not going to work, otherwise it wouldn't tell me to make an advanced one. Whoa, 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 let's slow down on the cutting a little bit, because this episode is getting going quickly. Let's walk slowly over here, put it in the mixer, even though I already checked and know that it doesn't work. It's the correct circuit, by the way, we just need more power to this thing. 120 EU per tick, and that we first of all don't supply, and secondly couldn't even supply. So we need a new combustion generator, and quest complete, not this one though, and a new advanced mixer, which requires the advanced components that I don't have a lot of. So this is going to take some time making all of the MV circuits since I don't have any, and that's about the speed we are dealing with. Amazing. Since a lot of people have been complaining about my circuit factory down there and me not making a circuit assembler after setting all of that up, yeah, it might be a good idea to get that one. Oh, holy, what is happening? I'm a little bit scared. First the poison, now bats. At least they don't kill me. Something over here, since that started spawning over here. Oh man, that just scared the hell out of me. Okay, this might take a little bit until I have all of these bats gone out of here, but at least I get a little bit of wool of bat, which is pretty nice to have. And the only weapon I currently have on me is my steel shovel. So let me get this clean up and continue with my train of thought. Oh man, forget about that train of thought. I think they might be down here as well. Yep, and a lot of them too. So I just got my weapon, my frying pan. There we go. And oh my goodness, that spawned so many of them. And I can't even reach there. Come here. I also knocked out a bunch of torches, so I'll have to go around and see if I can relight everything. Please just die. I think what I was talking about though was... Now I really don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the circuit assembler. That is what I was talking about. There is still one or two bats, maybe just one, behind here, I think. Maybe? Yes, here we go. And that dude as well. How much stuff do we get? A little bit of ectoplasm. And even more bats. Yeah, we're going to probably just get a basic circuit assembler. I'm not too sure if that's a terrible idea, since we can make the MV circuits with the basic one. We might have some trouble with the HV circuits though. But I kinda don't want to invest in another MV machine. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me! It's Thaumcraft, by the way. I haven't even cleaned up the first batch. I just heard one more. And I was just about to find it, I think. And a new batch. So I think we gotta do something about this warp. I hate Thaumcraft right now. And I have so many spots where they can hide as well. Well, I believe they should all be gone now. And I actually got two bat trophies. What luck that is, right? And they make the noise I like so much. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! How terrible is my warp? Man, that's 3 warp effects in the span of like 5 or so minutes. I should maybe look into Thaumcraft, like right about now. There's a chapter in Thaumcraft that only unlocks if you have a lot of warp, but I don't think it did unlock. At least I don't see it. Let me quickly look for that, maybe. I don't think that this is what I'm looking for. I believe that's just an add-on. I just heard of that as well. I think there's just one more left now. But I couldn't find it before, so here's an easy fix. I hope they are under friendly creatures, since I think they might not be. Seemingly they are, since I haven't heard of them. Also, I prepared this basic circuit assembler, which we can now put over here where the mixer previously was. So now just hit off the wrench, adjust that a little bit. Is the sound louder in my ears, or is it just louder in general? No idea. But we should now be able to assemble circuits. Please don't be a circuit assembler to the right there. Oh, they look so similar, and I just thought I made another one, but they're reusing textures right here. It's also the basic assembling machine, the polarizer, and now the circuit assembler. Very, very cheap of them. While they are very cheap at reusing textures, the crafting recipes definitely aren't cheap, so I had to make another basic fluid extractor. We probably also have to move the generator a little bit so this gets power up here. But we need some tin or soldering alloy going in the basic circuit assembler. So I should probably get some tin. We can also use lead since I'm very low on tin. But as soon as I find another tin vein, we should have more than enough. So let's just stuff a little bit of it in here. I want to make some circuits. I think I also need copper wire, but some electronic circuits would be good as well. That noise I heard in the background that really confused me was actually a cave noise. So glad to have discovered that. Also, now we have some copper, but I still gotta replace the generator. Oh, I'm so very glad that my wiring is so great back here. I almost didn't even find the generator, which is there. Let's quickly turn around, place that generator back here, try to get out of this space and connect up all of the wires. There we go, now it's starting to work. We have some tin in there, still have to have it facing downwards, and fluid output. And now it's starting to work. This should be a lot cheaper. I'll also look into how cheap I can get the electronic circuits and which components I can get rid of producing right in here. Good news, I actually don't need to get rid of any components right in here since we only produce 4 components and we're missing 1 and 1 processing step. Normally I would have to insulate these, but with the new recipe I can literally just take all of the components that I'm producing, shove them in here at the right amount. I think I might not have enough resistors. Yes, we're missing some resistors in this space, but I can get 1 more stack of resistors, and this is just going to crank out electronic circuits now. Something is not right with this blast furnace, because it's off again. I didn't turn it off. I can turn it on like this, but in a few minutes it will be turned off, and I have to click it on with a soft melt. Is it really off now is the question. Yes. Hey! Stop! Go! What is happening? What? I have no idea what's happening here. Why is it turning off? Give me all the info I can get. It has stored energy. What is happening? It should be working. It has all the stuff it needs. You bet. I don't understand. Can I maybe get the thing going? I think I saw it for a few seconds. Why is it turning off now? I'm very confused. That happens to the other blast furnaces over there, but just less frequently. I have no idea what has happened. I just found the last bat. I think it might be the last. Is it because of that dude? Oh my goodness, I'm swinging around all over the place, not hitting anything. There we go. I don't know. Mystery solved. At least I think it is solved, since we are probably not getting enough energy over here, as the combustion generators on this side keep running out, and these are barely filled up, so I have to reroute some of my perfect liquid routing right here. But first of all, I have to actually figure out where the fuel is coming from. It's like somewhere in this area. So as far as I can gather from this mess of wiring, our fuel is coming from up here, which is directly from the machine that makes it, which however is making it too slowly. So we're going to connect up to the tank with this steel pipe over here, going to connect that up to the blast furnaces MV generators directly, which should be this line, yes. And then we should hopefully have enough power, even though our production is obviously not keeping up. But maybe with a buffer that will fix itself. We definitely have to switch over to the biofuel rather soon. That change actually appears to have fixed that, which is good news. However, if this buffer runs out, we kind of have a problem, and it's really starting to run out fast. So how is our walnut production coming along? That would be my first question. We might have some mutations in here. I'll have to look around for a little bit. They are not very noticeable. Very, very subtle leaf change, even with the spectacles. Currently, though, I don't really see any. Oh man, there's a butterfly right there. And I know one thing about butterflies, and that is that you can actually catch them with a scoop. Or you can kill them and potentially get pollen from the trees. Okay, let's get this guy out of there, and let's actually kill him. And don't get any pollen. Oh man, I really thought I would have gotten some. Oh no. Oh no, please no. Okay, if there are more bats, I'm just going to rage quit right now. But we didn't get any pollen from that. I really thought we would. Obviously, that had to be mutated. Do I have grafter on me? Most likely not. Well, that's not too interesting anyway, so yeah, probably going to take some time until we get the cereal production going. However, even if we get the trees right now, we don't really have the farms, since in forestry and farms, where is it? Right here, we haven't unlocked that quest for whatever reason. And I think it might unlock with the polyethylene, at least I hope so, since that should unlock some bee stuff. As I said, at least I hope so. Can I not? Oh yeah, I can. So let's just wait here until we have 32 cells. I'll make sure that we don't get a lot more than that. 32. And once we have that, we should be able to complete the quest. And quest complete. I was actually just getting damaged. Is this hot? I don't know. I don't have... Oh, sodium persulfate, iron 3 chloride, plastics, fluid solidifier. Maybe it's a polyethylene sheet. Let's see. I'm dying right now. Nothing unlocked in there. All these are main quests as well, so maybe let's try to get the molten plastic and the plates right here. Even though there are probably already comments about this, but I just read it, even though you don't think I did. Where did I read it even? I think right here, yeah. Using oxygen gives a 50% boost, so instead of using air in this setup, we should definitely use oxygen. That just means one more machine. We're going to use a centrifuge between the basic compressor and the... No, we're going to replace the fluid canner with a centrifuge, and that should give us a lot more polyethylene, 50% more as the quest book says. However, the setup is actually not as easy as I thought it would be. We need this setup right here. I have the centrifuge over here, compressors here, and then we're going to output the items from the centrifuge into some item pipes. Just going to have that automatically, so we don't need a conveyor module. Auto output, then we want a item filter facing upwards into here. That is going to be for the filled cells with oxygen. And then a second one over here, that will be for the empty cells. And why no change of face? There we go. Connect that up. That will be for the empty cells, and the empty cells coming from the basic fluid canner. We have to funnel out like that. And then disconnect this. And just have them going back into the compressor where they will be filled up back with air. Going to configure that to go output to the side, item output, and then we just need to output the fluid, which would be the nitrogen, probably into a tank on the other side, since we could need some nitrogen on hand and just be able to fill it up in cells. since we don't really have a nitrogen production currently. Now we can just hook up the basic fluid solidifier to the, I don't know, does that work? Yes, it does. So we just need that, and then we can output it to the side, for example, into a barrel right down here. So let's get the plate mold. I'm also now slowed. Before I was poisoned again. It's probably to do with the pollution. We need a barrel though. This one right here will do. Maybe some of that. And then very, very slowly make our way up here. Place it in that spot. Have that going here. Also hooked up some power, so everything should be going. We already have some oxygen in there. This is not going since it probably doesn't have enough air. I can fix that though since I have this plunger. And there we go. I hope. Not really. Let's try, oopsie daisy, turning around like that, and then fluid output. Just one, or do we need multiple? Is that still hooked up? That might not actually be powered anymore. No, it is, right here. Do we need more than one? I'll figure that out in a second, but this is working like a charm. Item output, going into here. I hope we don't need any ingots from this. Now I just need to print this up again. You can see everything is working. We still need to get the nitrogen out of there and build a tank over here, but I'm going to do that in a second once I make sure that this is actually working. Oh man, we need 7 oxygen for this. Well, that is not going to happen. This setup is way too slow for that. That's like 80 per centrifuge. I'm thinking here. This might have not been a good call. This might have been a terrible call. Let me do some math and actually figure out if that was worth it or if that was a terrible idea. It's totally not worth it. It takes way too long to produce oxygen from scratch. We might change up the production when we get a very solid production of oxygen. For example, from Cassiterite, I know you can get oxygen. Once we get super tanks, we can store oxygen very easily. And then we can allow ourselves productions like this, where we use oxygen instead of the normal air. But currently, I think the air is just a lot better. While we've been fooling around with that setup, it has actually produced 4 stacks of polyethylene sheets, which is really good. So ethylene still fuel. Let's just take the ethylene, I guess. It's probably the most complicated thing to get right here. Take some fuel. Can we not put that in here? Do we need maybe... Oh, we can put it in there though, right? In here? Probably? It's not working as easily as I thought. Anyway, did that unlock our forestry thing that I finally want to get going? No. Anything else, maybe? Couldn't really find anything, but this production is really going along. I don't even think we need that much polyethylene, at least for now we don't. And I'm not too sure where we need it for, or what we need it for other than the Bealizer, but the production is definitely going very quickly. Well, now it's working. Why couldn't I click it on the tank before? I have no idea, but we got 7 more cells now, which is amazing. Let's just put those in here, I guess. Didn't really need them on us for now. We also finally should make our mixers, since I have been making some of these circuits, which should be the last part that we need other than some aluminium. That is hopefully in here already. Need some space in my inventory, so let me make some plates and craft up the mixer. Crafting this is a good point to end the episode on, I think. Quest completed, mixing steel, and now diesel fuel? Mixing your light and heavy fuel to use some diesel. You need the MBX, so it burns very well in combustion generators with burn value of that much. How much is that in comparison to the other stuff that I'm currently burning? The light fuel, right here. It's a little bit more, like 50% more maybe, if my math is correct there. But we still don't have a generator actually, nor do we have space to put it anywhere. But we have the mixer itself, we have the quest completed. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'm going to see you next time.